New Year. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season and a wonderful New Year's. If you made a New Year's resolution, I hope it's going well for you. If not, we're in the same boat. I did not make one either. Mostly for the fact that I don't really need the New Year to tell me how much I need to work on my life. I need to work on quite a bit. I am very, 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 very far from perfect, and I have a long way to go to even become a good person. So I don't need the ball dropping on New Year's Eve to tell me how much I need to do. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today is the gift of time, since it is the new year. And in 1 Corinthians 13:13, it talks about the three greatest gifts: faith, hope, and love. I kind of want to throw time in there because it takes time to do all those three things. It takes time to teach faith and to learn faith. It takes time to give hope and receive hope. And it takes time to show and receive love. All these things take either a few seconds, minutes, hours, days, months, years, decades. All these things are something that we continue to learn about and continue to do and continue to give to others throughout our entire life. And it takes time, sometimes more time than we would like. And speaking on that is the time is not necessarily in our hands. It's not up to us how much time it takes to do something like that. Uh, we take time and materialize it or commercialize it or however you want to put it. We make time our own, and time is not ours to make. It's not ours to control or have. In Genesis chapter 1, it talks about God creating the earth in 6 days and the earth and heaven and all that were in it in 6 days. And we think that that's 6 calendar days, and on the seventh day he rested, which would make 1 week. But the reality of it is God's time is completely different. In 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8, it says that 1 day is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is 1 day to God. So we have no idea how long it really took God to make the heavens and the earth and all that were in it. Another thing is that we tend to only value time as our time is, as we would say, running out. Whenever we see people who become terminally ill, they have 6 months, 2 weeks, 1 year to live. That's whenever we start to value our time the most. But in the reality of it is, you don't have to be terminally ill to be running out of time. We're running out of time from the first breath we take as a newborn baby. And it is something that continues to run out as we live our life. Now, we have no idea how long we have or how much time we have left, but that's also the great mystery that we need to make sure to live our life and use our time as wisely as possible. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3, it talks about there's a time for all things, for mourning, for joy, for dancing, for building and tearing down. There's a time for all these different things. And so there is a time for sorrow, there is a time for sadness, but the joy that you will get from this sadness, from this joy, will outweigh all the negative, all the sorrow, or the mourning, so much that you'll forget why you were mourning to begin with. There will be so much joy in your life if you are willing to move on from the past, to move on from the hurt, move on from the sorrow, that the joy will just fill you and you will feel like a whole new person. You'll feel like something you've never thought you'd be able to feel. And a lot of that comes by spending your time learning about faith, learning about what it means to have a faith, and learning what it means to live a Christ-like life. And it's going to take time, and it's not something you learn overnight. It's not something you can ever fully learn. It's something that is an ongoing process throughout your entire life. But that is something that I think is great because it always makes you a new person. It always makes you a better person. You're never stuck being the person that you are because you are continuously growing. So your life, your time on earth, is meant to be living a faith-like life, a Christ-like life, and He'll lead you in places you've never thought you would go. He'll change your perspective on things. He'll give you knowledge you've never thought you could have. Your vision will be different in life. You'll see things the way other people don't see them. You'll be viewed as different because you have the eyes of Christ and other people don't. And that, to me, is an amazing thing. It just takes time to get there. It takes patience and time, and patience is a whole other topic. But it comes down to it takes time. And hindsight is something also that I've also don't frown upon, but it's it's just a different topic. Hindsight, we look back, hindsight's 22, we've all heard that. And how we would do things differently, but we're not supposed to have done things differently because what we have done, what we have achieved or not achieved in the past has put us where we are today, and where we are at this very moment in time is where we are supposed to be. It's part of a divine plan. It's part of a God's plan for you and for me. because this is where we are supposed to be right now at this time. So everything that has happened has led to right now. It's part of that plan. All the time you spent crying or sulking or mourning, to all the joy you felt, all the happenings you felt, all the good and bad, all the good and bad things you did, all the good and bad things you felt, all the decisions you thought you should have made and didn't, and vice versa. They have led to this very point, and that is exactly where you are supposed to be. Today, right now, you are using your time to watch this video, and this is where you're supposed to be. Maybe this video is exactly what you need. Maybe it's nothing of what you needed. I have no idea. I just share what I think that God wants me to share, and I think that I try to use my time that God has given me and the gifts that He has given me to try to make other people better, to give them a different perspective, and maybe open up their mind a little bit more about the things in life that we see on a daily basis, but maybe change their sight just a little bit to perceive them a little bit differently and change their outlook in life. Um, One of the things we hear a lot is same stuff, different day. Now, it might be a little bit differently how you hear it, but I hear that a lot whenever I'm at home. You ask someone, what's new? Oh, same stuff, different day, go to work, do this, do that. And I feel like that's a trap. We fall into these traps. You know, we go to high school, go to college for 4 years, we work for 40 years, however long you have to work. We fall into a trap. Our time consists of work, come home, do some errands, hang out with your family, eat dinner, go to sleep. Do that for 40 years. Take 1 week vacation. And a lot of the times we work for the weekend. We work for that vacation. We look towards Friday evening on Monday morning, forgetting that we cannot have a Friday without that Monday morning. We cannot have a Friday without Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or even a Friday morning. Everything that happens on those other days are what make you enjoy Friday and Saturday that much better. So we need to value the time that we are in right now. We need to value the time that we have with our families, with our friends, and we need to use this time to grow in our faith and let God lead us, and He will use His definition of time to make us a better person. He will use what He knows is best for us and what He has planned for us to put us in the right situation, to do the right thing, make the right choices at the right time. That's all I have to share today. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for listening, and thank you for your time. God bless.